Hello, I'm Hal Ottaway with the Wichita Postcard Club, and it's time once again for Wichita Postcard of the Week. Today I wanted to show you a bird's eye view postcard, or several of them actually, and this is just what it says. It's as if you were a bird flying in the sky and looking down. Chances are these pictures were taken from a helicopter or from a small airplane, but they're good to look at and see a lot of differences. This we're going to start out with. This is the oversized card. You can see it's twice or three times as big. Why it was made, we don't know. What the original intention was by the person who placed the order and paid for the printing and everything, but we're darn glad to have it. And I try to find oversized cards all the time to have for presentations similar to this. In any case, this larger oversized card shows the view looking to the south east of Wichita. Toward the top is Central, and then to the lower right is Hillside. And this is all looking down on the Wesley Medical Center. Across the street, just a little bit south, you see this tall blue building that there was a drugstore down below, but the blue building is called the College Hill Medical Tower Building, but more fondly known to Wichitans as the Blue Goose Building. I don't know who came up with the idea of a blue goose. Never looked very goosey to me, but we all knew what we were talking about when you would say, oh, over there at Central and Hillside, and that's the Blue Goose. Sure. Today, all of that's been torn down. There's a Panera Bread and several other things. There's a nice motel in there in that general vicinity also, but lots of changes. Another kind of a drugstore is there today than what used to be, but that was kind of a center for a lot of doctors' offices, dentists, and so forth. Medical support team for the Wesley Medical Center just across the street. If we go on east just a little bit on East Central, you can see what the bird would have seen as far as in the trees there. Is the old Ronald McDonald House that was just recently torn down, and I hope that they'll be building something new in that area, maybe a brand new Ronald McDonald House. That would be nice. But several other things. There's also, right at the top center on the north side of Central, is a big construction area, or it's actually the Wesley Motor Hotel, and this, if you're looking at it, it looks like a big C. It's 3 stories high and very modernistic as far as design and everything. But it was a good place for families and friends to stay, spend the night, especially if they were having to get up early for surgery the next morning to be with a family or friend. But it was a wonderful motel, and I had friends that stayed there. I made reservations, out-of-town guests and so forth through the years, but all of a sudden one day it was sold and torn down, and today it's all part of Wesley, expanded area of Wesley Medical Center. But so lots of changes. The going back to the first card, the oversized card, if you look here in the lower right, you see the roof of Brown's Grill just across the street west from Wesley. And Brown's Grill was a favorite place to eat for Wichitans. It had expanded over the years. This is one of the last expansions, and it shows the parking all around. But lots of activity there. They had quite a bit of business from doctors and staff from Wesley coming back and forth, but a lot of patients and a lot of just Wichitans. It was a favorite place for my family, or especially my folks, to eat. I think they probably used less sodium or did some healthy things that they, in later years, they were interested in trying to do too. The over to the left corner of that, you see a lot of parking area, and that would soon be with the covered parking area that we see in this next card. And this next card shows the Blue Goose. The building is a little bluer than the first card that I showed. But across the street, and we're looking to the north and east, and you can see the corner there of Hillside and Central. Right there on the northwest corner was the Big Hawk Pharmacy. With on top of that building was an Armstrong's Ice Cream, big signboard and everything that was, I'll show another picture of that drugstore at another time. But lots of activity in that area, as you can imagine. And if you look to the left, kind of toward the top, you'll see a 3 or 4 story covered parking garage that's been built since that earlier oversized card that I showed. Behind the parking garage is the Wichita Clinic building, 5 or 6, probably, I don't know how many stories tall, but I was in there many times. That's where my dentist, Don Llewellyn, had his offices. And so for cleaning and checkups twice a year, that's where I would go. But it just shows a lot of construction, a lot of services being offered by Wesley, and it's just fun to look at and to compare back and forth and to see all of the differences. Across the street from the Blue Goose building, you still see that Wesley Motor Hotel, the C building, and that, so we know that we can go back and date some of these cards by going back to city directories and seeing when, you know, this building was there, but then the next year it was gone and something else in its place. So that helps to date the postcard views that we see. Lots of fun, lots of interest in Wichita history, and this is another way of looking at it. And we thank you for coming this morning and hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.